In this video, I want to talk about something I think is very important right now. This question comes up all the time, which is why XRP is sitting there doing nothing while joke coins tear. I'm going to tell you why that is the case in this video. I'll also talk about where I think XRP will go in the future and why I don't feel much stress in the market right now. I think it's very important for guys to understand this. This movie should give you a much better idea of what's going on in the market right now. I'd like to start this video by talking about something I think is very important for you to understand. At the moment, retail trading is still a big part of what moves the market. Does it really seem like small-time traders are the ones making joke coins so popular so quickly? People who own things but aren't professional investors are pushing it. We probably all know what the long-term trends are in this field. The market is going toward things that are useful. The market is going toward different cryptocurrency networks, including ones that are really changing the way money works. And this isn't just a guess, right? This is not something new that we have seen. If you look at the dot-com boom, is that right? Speculative businesses pumped a lot of money into the market during the dot-com bubble. In fact, Amazon, Google, and all the other big internet companies did worse than Pets. Come on, Pets did it. Come on, do these much talked about businesses really become the big winners of the dot-com era? But not really. In fact, retailers were getting more and more excited about the new idea, but was having trouble figuring out how to put resources toward it. They didn't know anything about the internet. They had no idea how these business models worked. They were just picking out things at random that they liked the look of. That didn't mean, though, that the Apples, Googles, and Amazons made bad business choices. It turned out that the big institutions used those investments to slowly get stronger over time. I think those jobs were held by the big organizations. We were about to put money into something they could only stand to see a little more. It was important to them that everything was set in stone before they moved. In the end, though, we found that the highly risky companies that pumped the most money and the first ones to do so weren't always the ones that won. Most of the time, they were the ones who lost. When it comes to the current state of the market, I think most people know that the big banks are still holding out hope that things will work out. At the time, the FCA is working hard to make rules for the cryptocurrency industry. Please understand that this is a big step forward. This is a huge step forward in laying out Bitcoin rules that will help growth in the US. This does, however, show that if we compare cryptocurrencies to the dot-com boom, we are still in the pre-2000 age. As of now, we don't even have rules and laws. As a result, rich people find it hard to put large amounts of money into these projects because they still seem so uncertain to them. Even though these laws and rules have limited retail, it has not stopped. Because of this, retail's been putting a lot of money into joke currencies. They've been putting a lot of money into projects that they think will do well and that look cool but might not work out in the long run. Lack the utility that is needed. Now, it's clear that meme coins have real promise if your only goal is to wait for the next pump or make a quick tink and leave. That's not quite what I'm looking for, though. Is it? I want to find a price that will last for a long time and also one that will go up in value over time. Long-term gains that don't drop off quickly and stay around 90% to 80%. Take a look at Apple. Learn more about Amazon.com. They weren't buying and selling more Amazon stock or Pets. Come on, were they? People in this group often say things like, oh, I just bought it during that whole time period, held it, and haven't touched it since. That's what I want to do with XRP because it's the best way to do it. Both in terms of numbers and strategy. If you know anything about standard investing, you'll know that long-term holding and cost averaging are the best ways to really make money. Because of this, I think the craze that many people are going through right now is to blame. That's not smart. And all of these joke coins keep pumping. Sometimes I feel like I'll miss out if I don't take part in one of these activities. History, on the other hand, shows that these won't be the long-term winners. That's why I think it's so important to stress this. In the long run, the projects that can be used will be the ones that succeed. From this, I think you have a good idea of what long-term practical value really means. I saw it this morning. This guy is Volante. XRP and Ripple are used as some of the rails for Volante, a company that works with FedNow. The services. That being said, Volante is a company that works with FedNow, which is either the most important payment system in use right now or soon will be. FedNow uses XRP and Ripple as its lines. That's being useful in the long run. That's right. It's not any kind of speculation pump. This is the most important part of the new banking system. This is when Amazon built their website and set up their whole method for moving goods from A to B. During this time, Google was adding more servers to its sites. Back in the day, this is how Apple made the first plans for the iPhone. But these were the kinds of things that would hold their value and go up in price over time, not the things that were getting a lot of attention at the time. For another thing, I think a lot of people would rather the market be somewhere else right now. people like this long-term advantage has already come true. People want the market to be able to see what is being built behind the scenes. Yet the truth is that it hasn't done that yet, but it's getting very, very close. As laws and rules are put into place, utility-related projects will really take off. It's possible for these many companies to start their businesses in the US because it has the biggest banking system in the world. Companies like Ripple and digital assets like XRP have also been doing things the right way from the start. Still, I want people to understand that just because it's not pushing or moving first, that doesn't mean it won't be the bigger winner in the long run. I'd like to show you a few numbers right now, mostly to explain why nothing I have is really scary. And I think that easy graph that shows how XRP is like Bitcoin is one of the most important, guys. You can see. When Bitcoin hit its all-time high, XRP always lagged behind. We can see that Bitcoin had reached a new high and XRP had not yet changed. Also, the value of XRP has not changed yet. As you can see, Bitcoin was hitting all-time highs right here. That means Bitcoin is always the first one to move, isn't that true? The next one is XRP. It looks like nothing has changed since then. Bitcoin is still in the lead, but it looks like XRP will catch up. I think what I am seeing gives me more reason to be bullish and hopeful than the time I have been in this market. The idea that Bitcoin is hitting all-time highs almost certainly means that XRP is about to make a big move. We've seen that Bitcoin can really light up the market before. Once Bitcoin gets everyone excited again, stores go crazy buying all the joke coins and other cool stuff. That won't last in the long run, even though smart buyers can see that. The projects that are working on useful uses that will last in the financial system are the ones that will last in the long run. One of these projects is XRP, so money always ends up in XRP. Often this money makes XRP perform better than something like Bitcoin. Right now, all we have to look at in the market is retail fantasy and hype. Long term, though, it will soon be over and projects in the real world will take its place. There have never been better times to buy XRP than the last few months. XRP is much more useful now than it was before, thanks to important partnerships with central banks. All banks automatic